Remember that old saying, diamonds are forever?
Yeah.
Well, get ready for a fascinating twist because the forever part might not be as expensive as we once thought. You wanted to understand the shifting diamond market.
Right.
And your research on lab-grown diamonds is the perfect place to start our deep dive into this.
Yeah. So it's a really interesting time for diamonds. It's not just a passing trend. We're seeing a fundamental shift in consumer behavior and even in how we think about value when it comes to these sparkling stones.
The research you sent in highlights a pretty dramatic trend.
Yeah.
Diamond prices are down.
Way down.
Way down from that peak we saw during the Russia-Ukraine war.
Yeah.
I remember everyone was talking about diamonds as the new gold.
A
safe haven investment.
Right. There was a lot of speculation back then. People thought diamonds would follow the same pattern as gold, skyrocketing in value during uncertain times.
Yeah.
But it turns out that surge was very short-lived. Since then, prices have been steadily declining. In fact, this downward trend has been happening for several years now, starting around the late 2010s.
Okay, so let's unpack this. What's driving this decline?
Well,
your research pointed to lab-grown diamonds as the real game changer.
Right.
I have to admit, when I first heard about lab-grown diamonds, I thought they were just fancy cubic zirconia.
Yeah.
But that's not the case at all, is it?
Not at all. Lab-grown diamonds are chemically identical to natural diamonds.
Okay.
They're both made of pure carbon, arranged in that same iconic crystal structure. The only difference is their origin story.
Interesting.
Natural diamonds formed deep within the earth over millions of years under intense heat and pressure. But with lab-grown diamonds, we're essentially recreating those same conditions in a controlled lab environment.
So we're speeding up Mother Nature's process.
Yeah, basically.
That's incredible. But if they're chemically the same, why are lab-grown diamonds so much more affordable?
Right.
Your research mentioned they're about 1/10 the price of natural diamonds.
That's right. And it comes down to a few factors.
Okay.
First, lab-grown diamond production is becoming more efficient and less expensive as technology advances. But there's another fascinating element at play here.
Okay.
The psychology of value. For decades, we've been told that diamonds are rare and precious, and that story has been carefully crafted and reinforced by the diamond industry.
Hold on. Are you saying diamonds aren't actually as rare as we've been led to believe?
Well, they're certainly rare in terms of their geological formation, but the perception of their scarcity has been, let's say, strategically managed.
Okay.
Enter De Beers, the company that's practically synonymous with diamonds. They pretty much single-handedly shaped our cultural understanding of these gems with their iconic "A Diamond is Forever" campaign.
Ah, yes. That slogan is pure marketing genius.
Oh, absolutely.
I bet almost everyone listening can instantly picture those ads.
Right.
But how did De Beers manage to link diamonds with love and forever? It seems like a brilliant marketing move.
Yeah, it is.
But were there other factors involved?
Absolutely. Their marketing was brilliant, no doubt.
Yeah.
They positioned diamonds as the ultimate symbol of love and commitment, especially targeting a growing middle class and the generation known as the baby boomers, who were at the age of getting engaged. For context, baby boomers are the generation born after World War II, between 1946 and 1964.
Okay.
And they represented a huge new market for diamonds.
So De Beers tapped into this cultural moment perfectly.
Yeah.
It's amazing how powerful marketing can be in shaping our desires.
Oh, for sure.
And perceptions.
Absolutely.
But you mentioned something about managing scarcity. How did they do that?
At their peak, De Beers controlled a staggering 80% of the diamond market.
Wow.
This gave them incredible power over the supply chain, allowing them to carefully control the number of diamonds released into the market, thus maintaining the perception of scarcity and keeping prices high.
Wow, 80%.
Yeah.
That's a huge chunk of the market.
Huge.
So they created this aura of exclusivity around diamonds,
Right.
which made people want them even more.
Precisely. And for a long time, it worked brilliantly. But then lab-grown diamonds came along and disrupted that carefully constructed narrative.
It's like a real-life David and Goliath story.
Yeah, it is.
The newcomer shaking up the industry giant.
Yeah.
But how did De Beers react to this new competition? Did they try to crush the lab-grown diamond movement?
Initially, they tried to downplay lab-grown diamonds,
Okay.
even pricing them at a slight discount to natural diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost as if they were trying to reinforce the idea that natural diamonds were superior.
Right.
But the market had other plans.
So what happened? Did consumers buy into De Beers' strategy?
Not quite. The technology for creating lab-grown diamonds continued to advance at a rapid pace, driving production costs down. Consumers, especially younger generations, started asking why they should pay a premium for a natural diamond when a lab-grown one was essentially identical.
Yep.
This is where your research on the psychology of value really comes into play.
Okay, let's dive into that. Why are we so obsessed with diamonds in the first place?
Right.
Are they truly that special, or is it all just a clever marketing ploy?
Yeah.
You mentioned that the story of diamonds is changing. What does that mean for the future of these gems?
That's the question we'll explore next. We'll uncover how deeply our desires and perceptions of value can be influenced and what this means for diamonds and even beyond.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so we've established that De Beers cleverly crafted this story around diamonds, linking them to love and forever.
Yeah.
But now, lab-grown diamonds are shaking things up. It's like we're seeing this tug of war between the old narrative and the new one. Yeah. So why are we so obsessed with diamonds in the first place?
Right.
Is it all just marketing hype, or is there something more to it?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it all comes back to the psychology of value.
Okay.
We often associate price with value, especially when it comes to luxury goods. But what if that connection is more fragile than we realize?
Right.
What if the story we've been told about diamonds is more influential than the actual object itself?
I think you're onto something there. I mean, diamonds are beautiful, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But are they inherently worth the exorbitant prices they command?
Yeah.
It feels like the story we've been sold plays a huge role in how we perceive their value.
Right. And that story is powerful because it taps into our deepest desires for love, commitment, and something that lasts forever. Diamonds become this tangible symbol of those intangible things.
So it's not just about the sparkle.
Right.
It's about the emotions and meaning we attach to them.
Exactly. And that's where the genius of De Beers marketing comes in.
Yeah.
They didn't just sell diamonds.
Yeah.
They sold a dream, a story that resonated deeply with people.
Right.
But now lab-grown diamonds are challenging that narrative by offering an alternative that's more affordable, ethically sourced, and technologically advanced.
It's fascinating how this is all playing out. On the one hand, you have this long-held tradition, this romantic ideal associated with natural diamonds. And on the other hand, you had this wave of innovation and disruption coming from lab-grown diamonds. It's like a clash of values and perceptions.
Absolutely. And the outcome of this clash will have major implications for the diamond industry and beyond.
Yeah.
It forces us to ask ourselves, what do we truly value?
Right.
Is it the origin story? The perceived rarity, or the object itself?
You know, your point about lab-grown diamonds being more ethically sourced is something I've been thinking about a lot. Remember the movie Blood Diamond?
Oh, yeah.
That really opened my eyes to the dark side of the diamond mining industry.
For sure.
Knowing that lab-grown diamonds bypass all of that is a huge selling point for a lot of people.
It's a major factor for sure. Consumers are becoming more conscious of the ethical implications of their purchases. They want to know that the products they buy are not contributing to conflict, human rights abuses, or environmental damage. And lab-grown diamonds offer that peace of mind.
So it sounds like lab-grown diamonds are winning on the ethics front.
For sure.
But what about the actual quality? Are they truly as good as natural diamonds?
Yeah.
Because if not, the lower price might not be enough to sway people.
That's a great question. And the answer is a resounding yes.
Okay.
Lab-grown diamonds are not only chemically identical to natural diamonds, but can even be clearer and higher quality due to the controlled environment in which they're created.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
It can be even better than natural diamonds.
It can, yeah.
That's wild. I definitely had no idea.
Yeah.
So if lab-grown diamonds are ethically sourced, more affordable, and potentially even higher quality, what does that mean for the future of natural diamonds? Are they going to become obsolete?
It's hard to say for sure what the future holds.
Okay.
There will always be people who cherish the tradition and history associated with natural diamonds. But it's clear that lab-grown diamonds are gaining momentum and capturing a larger share of the market.
It's like we're witnessing a paradigm shift, right?
Yeah, it is.
A complete rethinking of what diamonds represent and how they're valued. This whole conversation is making me wonder about other areas where our perceptions of value might be shifting. What else might be affected by this wave of innovation and disruption?
That's a fantastic question, and it leads us to an even bigger conversation about the future of luxury and how technology is reshaping our world.
Okay.
Are you ready to dive even deeper?
Okay, I'm ready to go deeper.
Yeah.
You mentioned the future of luxury.
Right.
It's interesting to think about how this shift in the diamond market might be a sign of even bigger changes happening across other industries.
It definitely makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We've been exploring how lab-grown diamonds are challenging the traditional notions of value associated with natural diamonds.
Right.
And those same forces are at play in the wider world of luxury.
You're right. We're seeing it everywhere.
Yeah.
From fashion to food to travel. People are starting to question what truly matters to them.
For sure.
It's like we're moving away from that old idea of luxury as just being about expensive things, exclusivity.
Exactly. There's a growing awareness that true luxury isn't just about the price tag. It's about quality, craftsmanship, sustainability, and the story behind the product. It's about experiences that enrich our lives and connect us to something meaningful.
So it's not just about keeping up with the Joneses anymore.
Right.
It's about finding things that resonate with our values and make us feel good about our choices.
Absolutely. Yeah. And technology is playing a huge role in this shift. It's giving us access to information and alternatives that were previously unimaginable.
Right.
Just like lab-grown diamonds are democratizing access to beautiful, high-quality diamonds, we're seeing similar trends in other industries.
That makes sense. Take fashion, for example.
Yeah.
You have these fast fashion brands churning out cheap, trendy clothes that fall apart after a few washes. But at the same time, there's this growing movement towards slow fashion.
Yeah.
With brands focusing on sustainable materials, ethical production, and timeless designs.
That's a perfect example. Consumers are becoming more aware of the environmental and social costs of fast fashion. They're looking for brands that align with their values, and they're willing to invest in pieces that will last longer and have a smaller ecological footprint.
It's like we're redefining what it means to be a conscious consumer.
Right.
We're not just passively accepting what's being marketed to us.
Yeah.
We're actively seeking out products and experiences that reflect our values and make a positive impact.
And that's a really encouraging trend. It shows that people are starting to understand that their choices have power.
Yeah.
They can vote with their wallets and support businesses that are doing things the right way.
This reminds me of something you touched on earlier, this idea of the scarcity principle. You mentioned that we tend to value things that are rare or hard to come by.
Yeah.
But do you think that's changing too?
It's an interesting question. Yeah. I think there will always be a part of us that's drawn to the allure of scarcity. But as technology continues to advance and make things more accessible, the traditional markers of luxury are evolving.
So maybe it's less about owning something that no one else has.
Right.
And more about having access to experiences or knowledge that enrich our lives in a unique way.
I think that's a great way to put it. It's about moving beyond the material and focusing on the things that truly matter.
Right.
It's about creating a life that's rich in meaning, connection, and purpose.
This has been a really thought-provoking deep dive.
Yeah, it has.
We started with your research on lab-grown diamonds.
Right.
And it's amazing how that led us to this much broader conversation about the changing nature of value, luxury, and conscious consumerism.
It's been a fascinating journey, hasn't it?
It really has.
And I think the key takeaway here is that we're living in a time of incredible transformation.
Yeah.
The old rules are being rewritten, and it's up to each of us to define what truly matters to us.
So, to wrap things up, what would you say to someone who's listening to this and feeling overwhelmed by all these changes? What's the best way to navigate this new landscape?
I would say embrace the change.
Okay.
Be curious. ask questions. Don't be afraid to challenge the status quo.
Right.
And seek out alternatives that align with your values.
Yeah, remember, the most valuable things in life aren't things you can buy.
Yeah.
They're the experiences you have, the relationships you cultivate, and the impact you make on the world.
Well said. It's been a pleasure diving deep with you.
Yeah,
and exploring these ideas.
Thanks for joining me on this deep dive. It's been a real eye-opener. And I hope you found it just as insightful. Keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep defining what truly matters to you. Until next time.